What do we have here? We have two knives that used to be the same. We have the Bastion Persuader. It was a super low cost titanium knife. It's supposed to be D2. Who knows what steel it is? There's no, I don't have a way to check it. And the second one, I modified, made it the way I like it. And, we're giving one of them away. I would hope you pick this one since I spent like 6 hours doing the work on it. But no, you don't have to pick this one. You can pick the stock one, okay? In fact, if you did, I wouldn't be sad at all because then I could keep this one. But no, really, it's up to you guys, whichever one you want. Let's look at the differences here. We got the big hump on the back that is not humped up anymore. No more humps. It's not humpable anymore. It doesn't hump. Yeah, that's all wrong. We got the choil and flipper tab area. We got an actual large choil here that's usable as opposed to this little one that still kind of didn't give you much room to sharpen before you hit that part that comes out, the plunge grind. We got the texturing on the handle, and then the totally new shape right here. This texturing is called orange peel. Melvin Lozada, a knife maker near me, gave me the secret, which isn't really a secret. I could have just looked it up, but he showed me how to do it, and it's just a wire wheel on a big grinder. And I go over the titanium with it and press in pretty hard, and it just makes little tiny dings, a million times, and makes that orange peel texture. It's really nice. One really nice thing about it is it covers up any defects, so any little mistakes. So if I didn't make that bevel perfect, which I didn't in a couple places for sure, it kind of hides that. See, I had to rebevel that bevel there because this whole bevel's gone because it's all cut down lower than it was before. So had to rebevel it. The back end got sanded down a lot so that I got rid of these internal bevels there. Made it kind of look more like all one piece all the way across there. Pocket clip got polished. Thought that might go good with the rest of the screws and the pivot. The pivot got repolished. It was a little scratched up from whatever. This whole area here got lowered down a little bit and internally beveled more than it was. Although, about the same. Brought back to what it was. So when I cut this area down, those bevels disappeared, the original ones. So I had to put new ones back in. It's hard to tell how much I brought it down. You can look at the screw and then how close it is to this edge. The edge is a lot closer to that screw now. So it was just to make it a little skinnier right there than it was out here, because it almost felt like it was getting fatter as it went up, and I don't like that look. The way the blade kind of matches in with the top of the handle was tricky to do, but and then you also have to have it match with this side. So the blade has to match with this side, right? And it has to match with, get my fingers out of the way, this side. I cut myself, which one was it? I don't remember which knife. One of these two I cut myself with when I was trying to make the video, so I had to, this is the remake of the video. It's not bad at all, but it just wouldn't stop bleeding. So, you know what? I can put a little bit of that video right in here. Giant flipper on it. Ouch, son of a, very minor. Ouch! Don't pull it the wrong way though, that kind of hurts. Okay, it has to stop bleeding for at least a second before you put the super glue on it. Fuck, well, we're just gonna put it on there anyway. All right, we're good to go, I think. Is it stopping? Okay, so that's probably how not to do, super glue surgery. It did work though. Yeah, that paper and super glue on there helped it, stop bleeding. So now it's, going to heal normally. This plate, I tried to anodize it, but it turns out it's stainless steel. Should have checked that first, but so I had to sand it down and put a little bit of this, tried to put a little bit of that orange peel texture on it, but it doesn't take orange peel texture very well because it's much harder than the titanium. Stainless steel is a much more wear resistant metal. You can see how much lower this edge is than it used to be. The edge now is almost down to the screws, where there was a little bit of space between the screws and the edge before. Not a huge difference, but that's why there's no bevels showing there anymore, because that all got taken down. The flipper tab had to have a little texturing. I just had to put a little sandpaper on it because it was so small now that it was kind of slipping off a little bit, but that texture makes it really nice. So it's kind of perfect now. Pretty much drop shedding. Let's see. It comes ow, I just freaking stabbed myself again. I love these trailing point blades. They're my favorite. The pivot, well, I was going to say the pivot's loose, but if it's loose, it's only a tiny bit. So it's just pretty drop sheddy. I don't know why. I didn't really do anything to that. I just cleaned it out and put some fresh oil in it. So this one might be too tight. Pivot might be set too tight on this one. Let's see if it is. When you tighten your pivot, you want it to be, so the blade has a little bit of wobble right here. And then you keep going until that wobble disappears. And as soon as the wobble disappears, don't tighten anymore. And if you have used a Loctite, you put it down and let it sit for the day and then come back and mess with it later. No? Yeah, I don't know why. I'm not sure why it's not quite as drop sheddy as the other one. But if you like really drop sheddy, you will pick that one if that's your main concern. If you like, a little more safety so it doesn't come down and cut you, this one's a little slower on the drop. I don't know. It's not much. They both close really nice. So that's it. We got the orange peeled, anodized, reshaped Persuader versus the stock Persuader. Even though this is a smoother finish, it's really pretty grippy too. So I don't think mine is much grippier, even though you'd think all the little pock marks would make it grippier. I don't know. Maybe if it was wet, it would feel grippier, but as it's sitting right now, they feel about the same grip-wise. So, what I need from you, if you want to win one of these, is to comment below. Tell me, a story. I don't know. Tell me a dad joke. Tell me a knife story that happened to you. Something interesting. It's got to be something interesting to me, and then you can win the knife. So, that's it. Have a nice day.